when this idea of park happened. It was night, I did not sleep, and then the idea appeared. This idea grows like grassland. First leaves appear. And in few months, big biomass appear everywhere.
My dad is a big scientist who moved to the Arctic when he was just finished university. And he basically lived in the Arctic most of his life. It's one of the few places in the world where no one will really object about our experiments. My dad is a very broad thinker. He liked to think about permafrost, about politics, economics. In recent years he was mostly focused on like elementary
Particles, gravitation, exchanging of entropy, asteroid bombing of our planet, reason and rules of life, behavior of humans, bifurcation processes. I use maybe 20% of discovery which I did in my life.
He's trying to accomplish being like a great scientist. He was working a lot, so he didn't spend too much time with me as a parent. When he was young, no one bothered about carbon in the permafrost. My dad was pioneer in this topic, and like many people followed after him.
Если бы ты стоял на этом берегу 20 или 30 тысяч лет назад, ты бы видел 100 мамонтов, 1000 бизонов, 1000 лошадей, 3000 разных оленей, 30 носорогов, 40 овцебыков, 30 тигрольвов, несколько сотен волков и иногда человек, очень редко.
In sunny day, climb up the hill where you would see like good distance around you. You would see on average like about 3,000 big herbivores. Today you would see nothing.
When humans appear, all mammals disappear and soon all grassland disappear. Finally, most of species disappear totally from this territory. It's difficult to explain something which people never saw. I need only to establish example for show, and any person who visit feel good. It's like park.
Above the Arctic Circle, we are slowly working on preparing pastures which will be suitable for mammals. Give me 100 mammals and give me enough money to feed them. You will not recognize this place next time you're here. This is Pleistocene Park. We are here trying to recreate this long-lost ecosystem, which was called Mama Step ecosystem. The thing we do is not just for fun. It's not like cool. Not only like, oh, we want to have mamas roaming here. How nice is that? Yes, it will be nice and cute, but the reasons we do that is actually more serious. This ecosystem will actually help us to mitigate effects of the global warming. We are absolutely sure that our theory on the Pleistocene Park is correct, and that animals can maintain the ecosystem, can create their ecosystem, and can expand the ecosystem. So this is like a typical permafrost cave. Many fishermen build, well, much smaller versions, but like little cave for themselves to put fish, which they caught in the summer. So you can see here on the wall there is a little pieces of roots of grass, which are 30,000 years old when they preserved in the permafrost. And as soon as this melts, microbes will awaken. There is like lots of frozen, like sleeping microbes there. And they will start eat. They were starving for 20,000 years, 30,000 years. And now they wake and they're like, oh, we want to eat. And they start produce greenhouse gases. When I was just born, like in 70s and 80s, the temperature of permafrost was about -6 degrees. Now the temperature of permafrost is only -3.
And next 3 degrees centigrade and all Siberian permafrost will melt everywhere. And total amount of carbon in this soil, biggest organic reservoir in our planet.
So we are sitting on an enormously big carbon bomb. So the idea is like to find a way to leave this enormously big reservoir of carbon intact. In the winter, it's very cold outside, but we have a snow cover. So this half meter of snow is a great heat insulator. So no matter how cold is the winter, under the snow it will be way warmer. To keep it like frozen, you need to cool it very well in the winter. And how can you do that? You can like, I don't know, buy million bulldozers and bulldoze all the Arctic and plow all the snow into piles. However, I'm afraid that this may create kind of like negative carbon footprint. But there is one environmentally friendly way to do that. Animals trample snow. When they trample snow, they remove this heat insulation layer. So this famous Siberian cold will easily penetrate to the ground and freeze the ground way deeper.
It's enough to mitigate big climate warming.
Pleistocene Park will mitigate, it will not save us, at least not on my lifetime span. We've been struggling with Pleistocene Park for 20 years, and we have only 10, 20, 30 years before this process will start everywhere. Кто подумал об идее Плейстоцнового парка, когда узнал в первый раз?
Изменения видно. То, что вот стоит только за забор зашагнуть, тут забор стоит. То есть уже ползком надо по кустам лазить. А здесь уже можно ходить. То есть животное прошло, оно сушняк выламывает. Там почва совершенно другая.
If life will be unpredictable, unstable, untypical, there is only one type of ecosystem which is not sensitive for changing of temperature, precipitation, everything. It's grassland ecosystem. In the past, this ecosystem was biggest in our planet. African savanna, mama steppe, pasture ecosystem, it was everywhere.
According to vision of absolute majority of people in the world, I just did a horrible thing. I was driving around forest intentionally killing trees. If you go to any kindergarten in the world and ask kids like, kids, where do animals live? They will say, they live in forest. Animals do not live in forest. They hide in forest. They are pushed into forest, but it's not their natural habitat. As long as people think that animals live in the forest, we will be doomed.
7 billion people live in our planet. In general, there is no room for wild. All people, sure, nature park is wild, and in this park we can see wild animals. It's land which humans can't use. Humans never will give for nature something expensive. Nature take only the cheapest, and we need change behavior for surviving. Nature can survive if humans will be so selfish.
There is like lots of international programs on like saving the nature, like protection, and there is nothing to protect. Before you have to protect something, you have to create something. There is no wild nature.
The wild is fighting. Each territory fighting different species, different ecosystem. Grasses don't have so much power. But grasses feed huge army of herbivores. And these herbivores can break the trees like mammoths. My son grows like flowers in the good soil. But genomically, usually there is no room around the village of father for a lot of children. It's typical for many species, for humans too. I know many examples when children go away from parents in maximum distance.
Нормальная вода была, рыба была.
Андрюха, давай сейчас сделаем маленький перерывчик. Покушаем, по рюмочке выпьем.
Ну поехали ко мне тогда, строганины построгаем, я брошу его, да и все.
Хорошо.
It's not always been perfect. He's hard person to deal with, very kind of, how to say, alpha dog. I think he started paying attention to me when I was 20 and I came back from university. First few years I was thinking about just moving back to big cities. Kids want to do their own thing. Pleistocene Park was his idea, and now I'm dedicating my life to make it come true.
Знаешь, что яки здесь были?
Яки вообще у нас понятие такое, что яки постоянно живут там где в предгорьях или в горах.
Почему? А раньше они жили на равнинах. Просто им горы нахрен не нужны. Не идиоты, все по горам лазить, что там в лесу делать? Что в этой безводной пустыне? Просто от человека вдруг по-иному не спрячешься.
Гора другая пища.
Ты заметил какие-то изменения в природе за эти годы?
Здесь как оазис такой. Здесь тепло.
Или глобальное потепление.
Ну, я не знаю, как это назвать. Глобальное потепление. Нет, но зимы стали теплее.
Ух ты, ё-моё.
Ой, табачок, давай покурим.
Все, вот отсюда и отступайте.
Pleistocene Park is so long experiment. It's necessary continue generation to generation. Therefore, for me, it was important to choose and calculate strategy to attract my son to park for living in future. It was very complicated scientific experiment, but it's done. Idea of park now live in his brain.
Я народу говорю, что вот дожились, выпить-то не с кем. На всей реке 2 рыбака осталось.
С этим проблемы, да.
И больше не будет.
Ну ты не переживай, я буду жить вечно. Отсюда вообще не собираюсь никуда уезжать. Склею ласты, то здесь.
Нет, у меня, видишь, зимой-то я буду уезжать.
All wild have right to live. But now who will live decide humans. Genomic science develops so fast, and if you will wait just 2 or 3 years, it will possible reconstruct genome of mammals to found broken place in this genome to fix this broken place.
If someone will say me like, I will give you mamas next week, I will say yes, thank you, and I will prepare for that. If that would be a fat, furry elephant, good enough. No one knows how to make ecosystems. There is not a single like book how to revive ecosystem for dummies. People say like, oh, mama's cloning is bad because it's playing God. Are we trying to play God? We personally don't have any problems with that. People were geoengineering all our lives. We invented towns. That's also geoengineering. It's been happening and will be happening.
It's better to do experiment which we sure our children will have possibility continue, or our grandchildren.
I have 3 kids, maybe I'll have 1 more, and what I do is I do for them. I don't do that just for the idea or for the planet itself. I don't care about the planet itself. I care about my kids way more, and I care about humans way more than I care about animals. And I do dealing with animals because I want animals to help humans. There is a future of the park expanding regardless of my activity. It's an ecosystem and it does not need me anymore. There is more and more animals every year. 100,000, millions. More and more.
World leaders now mostly talk not about global warming, not about wild. They talk about weapon, money, sanction. In future it will be competition between America and Russia. Which national park is better? But this idea not about this. It's idea about future of our civilization, because modern civilization is civilization of oil. Oil will finish any case, and it will be other civilization. Wild pasture ecosystem for us was enemy all our history, but if you explain people, yes, it was enemy, but it can be friend. Technically, it's absolutely simple work. It don't need big money. It need only change in the brain. Now it's time when it's possible to turn from enemy to friend. But we must begin this now or yesterday. We'll have victory if mamas will own this territory.